So Wayne Rooney's leaving DC United at the end of the year. They're looking for a replacement. Daniel Sturridge has been mentioned, even although it's not really a like-for-like replacement. That look in your face suggests you're not convinced by Sturridge going to DC United.
Listen, I think we can say a lot of nice things about what Daniel Sturridge is capable of. The problem with Daniel Sturridge is he can't stay fit. Now, one of the problems in MLS is the travel schedule. And for a guy as fragile as him, I just don't see how you would be able to keep him fit. You know, listen, when he's in the Premier League, he's lucky if he's on a plane for an hour and then it's a 20-minute trip and a bus to the hotel. And he still can't keep fit with all the travelling, as I said, 4 and 5 hour journeys. You know, you're spending a day at a time. You know, you're not talking about private planes all the time. You're just like everybody else. You're sat in the middle of a 3-chair seat. Can you imagine Daniel Sturridge being able to stay fit, having to do that?
Before we get into his stats, as coach of the New England Revs for so long, you've probably got the furthest journeys to make because you're top right of the country. DC United's not that further away for trips. How difficult is it for recovery if you're flying back straight after a game on maybe a red eye?
It's huge. Listen, one of the reasons I got the sack at New England Revolution was I tried to sign experienced international players to help a lot of the young Americans I had. And the biggest reason that I got the bullet is because I couldn't keep them fit. You know, just father time and the travel schedule. I couldn't keep them fit. And as you said, the recovery time is so short. So how's Daniel Sturridge with his injury past? How's he going to stay fit? I just don't see it.
Let's look on the bright side from a Daniel Sturridge perspective. If someone like DC United are getting a player with these stats, and it surprised you when we said he's only 29, he turns 30 on the 1st of September. But if you're getting a guy who's scoring better than 1 in every 3, that enhances your squad. However, can you take the risk of someone that might not play 1 in 3 games?
Listen, if you look at his stats, I would suggest they're a little misleading. The last, 4 seasons, he's hardly played. His stats before that were incredible. And the reason they're now at 1 in 3 is because of the lack of output on the field has stretched them a little bit. So they may look a little impressive, but right now, that's not the Daniel Sturridge you're going to get right now.
We're talking about replacing Rooney when he goes for DC United. Sturridge isn't the same type of player as Rooney. Rooney's become more of a complete player as he's got older because he's had to be, because he's not that striker anymore. Mesut Ozil's been linked with DC United. Are these the types of players that DC United should be going after if they are, or would you suggest some other type of player?
Do you know, you're talking about the type of player, we're talking quality. When somebody like Mesut Ozil becomes available to an MLS side, if you have the finances, if you have the ability to sign him, go and sign the guy. You know, you're not talking about just what he's got as far as what he'll produce on the field, but what it will mean to the club, what it will mean to the rest of the team, and certainly what it will mean to a lot of the young players. You just have to look at what Rooney's done at DC United. He elevated that squad. Yes, he's a different type of player than Ozil, but he elevated that squad because of who he is and what he brings to the table.